Hello, welcome to Rubicon History. Today, we talk about historians. What are we talking about these nerds for? Today, we talk about nerds. What? We're going to talk about a bunch of nerds? Nerds! They say history is written by the victors. And while the meaning behind that statement may be true, history is actually written by historians. Historians are people who interpret evidence from the past to help us understand history. And today we're going to discuss 3 of the many types of historians: paleontologists, archaeologists, and anthropologists. Paleontologists study prehistoric times. Anything before written history, from dinosaurs to hunters and gatherers, would be of interest to a paleontologist. Paleontologists were made popular in the film Jurassic Park. Dr. Alan Grant is a paleontologist who enjoys a perk of being a historian, scaring kids who don't appreciate history.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
Okay. Try to imagine yourself in the Cretaceous period. You get your first look at this 6-foot turkey as you enter a clearing. As you think that maybe his visual acuity is based on movement, like T-Rex, and he'll lose you if you don't move. But no, not Velociraptor. You stare at him, and he just stares right back. And that's when the attack comes, not from the front, but from the side. From the other 2 raptors, you didn't even know were there. And he slashes at you with this 6-inch retractable claw, like a razor, on the middle toe. He doesn't bother to bite your jugular like a lion, say. No. He slashes at you here, or here. Or maybe across the belly, spilling your intestines. The point is, you are alive when they start to eat you. So, try to show a little respect.
Okay.
Alan Grant and all paleontologists primarily study fossils. Fossils are remains or traces of once living things. Dinosaur bones are probably the most recognizable type of fossil, but any type of animal or plant remains from prehistoric times would count. Next, we have an archaeologist. Archaeologists study various periods of history by looking at what people left behind. In the 80s, every kid growing up wanted to be an archaeologist because of Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones made archaeology look cool, always chasing after some kind of artifact. You know what? I kind of want to be a nerd. Artifacts are objects made by people left behind from an earlier time. Finally, we have an anthropologist. An anthropologist studies human culture and societies. Not a lot of anthropologists in pop culture. Maybe Temperance Brennan on that show Bones?
Do I want answers? Yes. As to how that has affected my behavior, which I assume is what you're trolling for, I don't put much stock in psychology. Girls just wanna have fun. I still hate psychology.
Culture is everything about you that is not genetic. The culture wheel here shows popular examples of culture. Thinking of historians as linked with the evidence they study is a really easy way to remember who studies what. And in this graphic, the relationship between historians and what they study is shown. Just in case you have trouble remembering, I've written a song. Paleontologists study prehistoric times. They study fossils, which are remains of once living things. Archaeologists study the past by looking at what humans have left behind. They study artifacts, which are objects made by humans from an earlier time. Anthropologists. Anthropologists.
Girls just wanna have fun.
They have culture and stuff.
All right, let's go up to the canvas and let's put in some happy little tree shapes.
Anthropologists. In the following example, let's see if you can correctly name the type of evidence given and what type of historian would study it. To review, paleontologists study prehistoric times. The main evidence they study? Fossils. Archaeologists study the past by looking at what humans have left behind. The main evidence they study? Artifacts. Anthropologists study culture. And culture is anything about you that is not genetic. Now you know. And there's no turning back. Hey, you know what? That was actually kind of interesting. I don't really think they're nerds anymore. I'll be a nerd. They're cool. If they're nerds, just call me a nerd. I'm a nerd. I don't care. I'm Indy. I'm Dr. Grant, all rolled into one. I'm Indiana Grant, okay? I'm Indiana Grant Brennan Bones. I'm an anthro-archaeologist.